Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 65 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Getting logged in and checking in on my nuclear reactor. So last episode we made sure everything was stable, everything was good. Today I logged in and found a problem. Dun 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 dun, the heat's high. Why is the heat high? I thought I had this thing nice and stable. Well, let's take a look at the nuclear reactor inventory. Oh, that happened. So what happened? Long story short is this row of quad uranium cells expired, like they ran out of power, to the point where they were empty. And then the next time, a few seconds later, when the golems decided to swap out the LZH condensators, they pulled them from this slot right here. And because this slot was the next available empty one because the uranium had disappeared, they filled it back in. And the LZH condensators landed here rather than over here, which is kind of a problem. I mean, it's not like end of the world problem, but it is a problem in that all of a sudden all my overclocked heat vents started trying to burn the heat out of this area and couldn't keep up, basically. They basically decided, hey, I can't handle all this heat that you're throwing at me, so I'm going to burn up, and that was not cool. So, got to get out my digital thermometer. I'm interested to see how high the whole heat got. Well, not actually too bad. The machine did exactly what it was meant to do. It was keeping it at 300 and no higher. And as soon as 300 ticked up, it cut the redstone signal and prevented it from running anymore. So, to cool this thing down, we're going to start throwing overclocked heat vents back into the reactor. Now they're going to start drawing heat out of the reactor hull and then quickly evacuating it. You can see it's already cleared itself out. Much better. Everybody's happy now. So at this point, we can go ahead and do this. Oh, cool, look. And the whole process is kicking off again and having problems already. See, that's exactly what happened. Pulled it from over here, placed it back over here. So we have to let the uranium cells that are in there right now basically burn out, and I have to do a little bit of babysitting. Oh boy, see, look, it's already happening. Goodness, stop, quit, bad. Yeah, already starting to happen and do those things. But as soon as these uranium cells basically, burn out, we should be in good shape. Now, the reason the first row burned out is because I was doing a bunch of testing, remember? I was basically setting it up so that we could test. I was running uranium cells. I had about 4 of them that I was burning through just to, practice and get the whole thing set up properly. So, there's your problem. What I think I might even want to do is, throw something in here like this. There we go. That'll actually work pretty well. That'll be a little bit of a buffer. So all these other uranium cells should be right around the same point. You can see that they really actually are. And the next time I run this thing, they'll all be the exact same heat level from start to finish. So we won't have this problem next time, as long as we throw the same number of uranium cells in at the same heat and everybody starts off at the same point. So long story short, Reactor, actually, good thing it happened because it was a good test and we discovered that everything ran smoothly. Didn't run into any problems, didn't have any issues, everything's working the way we would want, and the reactor did shut itself down and wait for me to show up. The only downside is that we lost our overclocked heat vents. I had to make a new set of them. Oh well, spent a little bit of copper, spent a little bit of items, but managed to do all right. Let's head down here and see how things are doing. So as we expected, our cobblestone is throwing itself in here, recyclers are running just fine, and we're doing a good job of doing a mass fabricator. Cool. How's the UU matter chest? All right, we've already got almost 4 stacks of UU matter. Nice. And this is going to quickly continue, and we're going to get more and more of the stuff, which is awesome, Happy to see that happening. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. So we did get some near depleted uranium cells, which we can use to turn back into uranium cells if we want. We might get into breeder reactors in the future episodes. Honestly, breeder reactors are something I've never been really good at. It's something I'll try and show for you guys because I know a lot of people are interested to see how they work. But basically, long story short, I've always been, at least in my single player instances, and even sometimes on the multiplayer ones as well, I've always had more than enough uranium to get the energy that I need, so I've never really had to breed my uranium, because basically it's a way of taking the spent uranium cells and getting back normal uranium cells. But I mean, I threw 2 stacks over in my B area. Let's go over to our main base here and see what we've got. I'm going to sneak over here. And what do we got over here? Yeah, we've got, still 3 stacks plus of uranium. Pretty solid amount. So today's episode, I want to get into a couple cool things, and I'll be back in a few minutes when I'm ready to get started. All right, guys, so I know I promised you that we would be making a gravity suit one of these days, but I'm still not sure. I mean, I've got like 5 stacks plus 3 stacks. I should have pretty close to the amount that I need for a gravity suit, but there's another type of armor suit that I would like to play with first, and I want to compare it to the gravity suit, because I've made a gravity suit plenty of times, way plenty of times. Did this thing burn out? Yeah, it did. Nice. Cool. All right, good. That thing burned out. I'm curious as to how I wrapped up here with UU. Oh, wow. Look at that, dude. Tons of UU matter. Nice. So like I said, I will refill this with uranium in just a bit here. I'm going to actually clean all this stuff out. And yeah, we'll get some more uranium in a minute here. But like I said, I would like to, if I can, try another type of armor. This is from the Modular Power Suits mod by Machine Muse. I want to try out the Power Suit armor. You can check it out by just looking up power in NEI here. And basically what you're looking at is an armored head, torso, legs, and feet. And you've also got the power tool, which is really pretty cool. I want to check some of these things out and just see how I like them compared to what I make with the gravity suit and the quantum armor. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with quantum armor. It is nice. It's a cool and nifty little gadget. But Power Suits has some really cool stuff too, so I want to try that out. So let me compress up some new uranium first. So let's see, how many of those slots did I have of uranium? I'm trying to remember. I think I have like 20-ish, right? Don't I? Or is it 19? I want to say it's 18, 19. So we've got, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and then we've got 10, right? So 18 sets times 4. Okay, I can manage that. So I'm going to go ahead and, get 64 plus 8, I guess, 72-ish. Sure. And then, now that I've got all that, I'm going to start compressing it. And I'll be back in a few minutes here when I'm ready to start playing with the modular power suit stuff. But at least now I'll have my refined uranium ready to go, start making more UU matter, and modular power suits. So there's a couple things we're going to need. Actually, there's a lot of things we're going to need. No joke. We're going to need a lot of stuff. But we'll get to that in just a minute here. Why don't I finish putting together all this good stuff, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, just real quick, placing quad uranium cells into the nuclear reactor. Oh look, it's running again. Hooray! Nice. Alright, so let's go check out some of the Modular Power Suits mod. It's a cool mod. There is some cool and really neat stuff you can put together with Modular Power Suits. So you can see I did actually turn on my quarry. To make all that uranium, I needed a lot of copper, to the point where I didn't have enough copper. Look at my copper supplies. Oh, I had under a stack. I just got some more from mining. I actually had to use some UU matter and convert it into copper. That's how bad I was on copper. So you can even see I've got some industrial craft copper here, UU matter recipe like so. This in the form of UU matter makes copper dust. 10 copper dust for 3 UU matter. Pretty neat, huh? All right, so let's check out Modular Power Suits. So I'm going to snag out of here my electronic circuits because I want to show you guys the Modular Power Suits thing. So let's first make a power tool because these things are awesome. There's actually 2 recipes, one for industrial craft. So you can see here that's the industrial craft version of the recipe, and one for non-industrial craft users. So you can see it actually works with nuggets and redstone, or you could also use gold cable and redstone. So there's a couple options here if you have industrial craft or not. And this wiring here can actually be made with thermal expansion stuff. So a bunch of different options. Let's go ahead and put together for the power tool. I'm going to go ahead and use this recipe, and you can see I snagged the electronic circuit so I could manually make a power tool. Great. What can it do? Nothing. Really, nothing. At this point, this thing can do nothing. It really doesn't work at all until you get yourself a power armor tinker table. Now these guys, as you can see, requires an electronic circuit, a machine block, and an emerald. Ooh, well, let's go get ourselves an emerald. Yoink. And pop that guy in there. Let's see, how are we for, we'll do this. Machine block goes in there with one of you, and the emerald's already there. Don't want that, want this. Cool. Power armor tinker table. All right. Where do we want to put this thing? Where do we want to do some tinkering at? Maybe right there. Ooh, fancy. Yes. The power armor tinker table is where you can install and remove and change your modular power suits. They are modular, which means that they can accept modules. Right now, when you first create them, they don't have any modules installed. This item is useless until you add some modules at a tinker table. So you can see that by pressing Shift for more information. Okay, so I wasn't lying when I said this glove is useless right now. It is completely useless, aside from looking really cool. Yo, how's it going? All right, so let's put it together. Now, opening up the tool, the tinker table will automatically detect what you have in your inventory. So you don't have to place your items in there. Just walk up to the table and open it up, and it'll say, hey, you've got a power tool. Let's take a look. Whoa. Lots of stuff. There is a lot of things you can do in this table to tweak and change the way this tool works. You can install weapons. By example, you can add a plasma cannon, which is really cool, or you can add a melee assist, which basically makes it hit harder when you punch things. You can add tools such as the multimeter, which allows you to read universal electricity power generation, and I think it also works on EU, but I'm not sure yet. Shovels, pickaxe, and axe basically are the basic tools of Minecraft, and when you add the modules to this tool, it will work on the respective material. So if you add the shovel upgrade, it'll work well on dirt and gravel and sand, where if you add the pickaxe, you'll be able to mine some things. Now, if you want to mine, for example, obsidian, then you're going to want to get yourself the diamond drill upgrade. It adds diamonds to allow your pickaxe module to mine obsidian. See? So, of course, it requires the pickaxe module to work. You can also get the blink drive. Get to point A to point C via point B, where point B is a fold in space and time. Basically, allows you to ender pearl, I think. Pretty cool. And in place assembler, a large crafting grid on the go. Diamond drill, and the aqua affinity reduces your speed penalty for using your tool underwater. Now, you're also going to need to install some energy modules in this thing. You need to give it some kind of battery. So you can give it a basic battery, integrated battery to allow the item to store energy, or the advanced battery stores more energy, and then finally the elite battery holds a ton of energy. Now, these tools can be charged with EU, so we can go hang out with our MFSU over there and plug it in. Now, finally, you've got the cosmetic. You can actually customize the color of this tool and all the armor that you're wearing. That's one of the things I like most about the PowerSuits thing. So in order for any of these items to be added to the thing, we need to craft down here and install some stuff. So for example, if we want the plasma cannon, we're going to need a force field emitter and an HV capacitor. If we want the melee assist module, we're going to need a servo motor and an LV capacitor. Oh boy, my head's already spinning. What do I need to make? I need to make a lot of things. I want all these upgrades. They all sound awesome. Now, there are some downsides to adding a lot of upgrades, and that is by way of weight. You can increase the weight of the tool, which can eventually slow your character down if you have too much weight installed. But you can see here, press Shift for more info, and it'll tell you more information about how to make the item. It's just more for, just nifty details. See? Oh, yeah, look at that. Synthetic crystal device, which can store and release massive amounts of energy. For a plasma cannon, that sounds just right up what our alley is. So let's try a plasma cannon. That sounds like fun. At first, I want to get a plasma cannon, and I want to get a pickaxe. So a pickaxe looks like it needs this solenoid. Okay, I'm going to need one of them. And then the plasma cannon here, we're going to need some HV capacitors and force field emitters. Oh boy. Let's see how we can track down what these guys look like. All right, let's go find all the upgrade parts that we're going to need here in NEI. Oh, here we go. All kinds of goodies right here. So we can see all the upgrades that are available to us. Nice. So it looks like what we are starting with is right over here. We're going to need a solenoid. Oh boy, we're going to need a lot of those wiring things, aren't we? We're definitely going to need some wiring. So we should get a little bit of a table ready to start making this stuff. Solenoids needs a lot of wiring. Okay. We also wanted the LV HVM, yeah, the HV capacitor. Whoa, that's an expensive thing. What the what? That's expensive for sure. HV capacitor requires some of the wiring, some glowstone and ender pearl, and some glass. Or you can also make it using an energy cell frame full. So a fully filled frame. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. And shaped IC2 crafting, you can also use a Lapitron crystal. So whatever you want, really. This definitely doesn't seem like a bad recipe right here. I'll probably go with that one. And then we wanted a couple force field emitters. Whoa! Going to need a lot of ender pearls, aren't we? Or unattuned tesseracts. Okay, well, I'm going to go with the ender pearls. I think I've got those handy. Some more solenoids. Wow, yeah, we're definitely going to need a lot of solenoids. We're going to need a lot of wiring. So let's get a bunch of this stuff going. We're going to need some gold nuggets, some redstone, and then we should be in pretty good shape. So let's do that. Let's go get like a stack of redstone. Definitely need some of that. I don't know. That sounds like a good plan, right? Sure, why not? We're going to make some of this wiring. So let's put it all together using our favorite, the fabricator. Wiring, take it away. Yoink. That's a lot of wiring. Okay, that should be a good start at least, right? Yes, not bad. Let's now make, I don't know, how much of this solenoid stuff do we want? We're probably going to need a decent amount of it, but we'll get like, I don't know, solenoid? Let's see. There should be some iron in here, I thought. Okay, maybe not. Let's check out doing this. 5 solenoids, we'll get a little bit more. 6. Perfect. So that's the solenoids we need. We're going to need a little bit more iron, so we might as well snag a few, because I know I'm going to need that in my inventory. Let's see. Also one of those, lots of ender pearls. Lots and lots of ender pearls. You know, I really need to build something that'll get me a lot of ender pearls, but for now, we've got this guy. Minium stone to the rescue. We're also going to need a little bit of glowstone, if I recall correctly, and some glass. Well, we don't have much by the way of glass. That's okay. Let's see if we can get the HV capacitor. There we go. We got one of them. See? Definitely need more glass. All right, let me cook up some more of that stuff. There we go. Those are the 2 HV capacitors I need. And then finally, we want that force field emitter. We're definitely going to need a few more solenoids. Okay, yeah, let's get that going. Let's just like throw all that in. That'll do. Okay, solenoids, ender pearls. Get me, let's do the force field emitter this way. That works. All right, let's give it a shot. What do you say? So over here to install your module, just have the item in your inventory. So I'm actually going to put this item on my hotbar. So I've got, you know, down here. It doesn't have to be on your hotbar. I'm only doing this to demonstrate for you guys. Does not have to be on your hotbar. As far as I know, it just has to be in the inventory. All right, so I wanted a plasma cannon, right? So that requires 2 HV capacitors, which I have down there, and 2 force field emitters. Click install, and boom. We're good to go. Notice it pulled it out of my inventory. Now, if you want, you can salvage this, and it will bring the items off of the tool back into your inventory. See that? Okay. Looks like I got just my force field emitters back. So I guess you don't get everything back? I guess not. Okay. Wasn't sure. Now I know. But no big deal. We can go ahead and just craft 2 more of those force field. No, HV capacitors. That's what I needed, right? Yeah. Those weren't too expensive, luckily. So we'll just put that back on. See, demonstration purposes, that's all. Plasma cannon installed. Now, these things not only are the items modular, but the components that you add can also be modulated. So, what we've got down here is a setting for amperage and voltage. And note down here, the plasma damage at full charge will do 2 points of damage, and the explosiveness is 0 creepers. Plasma energy per tick, 10 joules. Okay. Now, if we increase the amperage, note that the plasma damage is going up significantly, but as is the energy cost. So, the more amperage we apply, the more damaging this will be. The more voltage we apply, the more explosive it'll be. But again, more energy cost. So, if you want this weapon to explode on impact, give it more voltage. And if you want it to do more damage, give it more amperage. And of course, it's going to cost more energy then. So, keep that in mind. Let's bump up the amperage all the way, but leave the voltage down at the bottom. Now, there's one other problem here, okay? Check it out. Energy, 0 out of 0. We got to give this guy some energy storage. Let's give it for now a basic battery and see how much it can store. So I need an LV capacitor. Let's check out the recipe for an LV capacitor. Oh, that doesn't look too bad right there. I hate paper in a recipe. Oh, a battery. That's not bad either. All right. Yeah, we'll stick with this. Paper and a little piece of iron. Okay. Yeah, we can handle. I just need a piece of paper, which I think I might have right here. Tossing it in, and poof, it's gone. Because we've got an LV capacitor. Now we can install a basic battery. Boom, right there, like that. Battery size. So you can adjust how much energy this battery can store. Right now, by default, it can store 20 kilojoules, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how much that is. But you can bump up the storage, but at the same time, you're bumping up the weight of the device. So I'm going to bump it up all the way and see. Well, let's keep it down. Okay. We'll keep it down to the bottom, and we're good to go. And seems to be moving just fine. No biggie. Am I moving at a normal speed here? I think so. Yeah, I guess so. Now, if I bump this this little gadget up here and bring up the Well, I'm already bumped up the amperage, but the energy, let's bump it up all the way. Cool. Alright, don't seem to be moving too much slower. You know what? I don't want to be in bed. I actually want to go outside now because I want to try this thing out. So I've got the battery bumped up. We can see that when I equip it on the top left, it shows the energy storage in the device. I'm going to charge it up here, and you can see it quickly charged. So the small battery that it can hold, you know, not a huge amount of energy. Let's see what happens. I'm going to sneak outside and find some enemies to go hunt. And of course, there's practically none. Hey, there's a zombie. So just right-click, I think. Why aren't you shooting? Uh-oh. I better track down why this thing's not shooting. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. You have to hold shift and the mouse wheel, and you can see right above my armor level, it's adjusting which module is currently active. So that if multiple right-click functions exist, so in this case it could be the plasma cannon, it could be something else that a right-click does, like that power reader thing, you can choose which function is active. So the first time you use this, you have to activate it. And now I'm ready to go out and have a blast. Where are some bad guys that I can hunt down? What do you think, guys? Anything over here? Ooh, I see some pigs. My favorite guinea pigs. Alright. Right click. And you can see that you build up a charge by holding it and then release. Oh, nice. Now, if you don't charge up all the way, it's not going to do as much damage, of course, but, you know, you get the point. Now, look how much energy it's using, though. Like, I am quickly going to run out of juice if I run. Whoa, that was close. If I, you know, shoot this, let's see, 72.4K. Whoa, 53.7. I used almost 20K of that energy. That's a lot of energy for a full charge of this thing. Cool, though, right? Look at that. Nice little particle effect flying through the air. That is awesome. And it kills things pretty well, in all honesty. It does a nice job. But again, you gotta, you know, do a pretty diligent job of making sure to charge it up all the way before releasing. Boom. See you later, pig. Ha! That is awesome. I love it. All right, let's filter these things out of here. I want to go install like the mining tool and just see how good of a job we can get this little nifty gadget to mine for us. Alright, so it looks like I need another solenoid and a little bit of iron. I think I could snag one of these. I've got some iron. I also got an MV capacitor because I want to install a better battery. Looks like that LV battery is just not going to work for a plasma cannon like I want. So install MV, advanced battery. This guy can store, wow, looks like 5 times as much energy. Nice. Now the elite one is going to require an HV. We might get into that, but you know, for now, let's just, you know, hold our horses and see what kind of stuff we can do. Now I'm ready to install the pickaxe upgrade, so install that. Now here's the cool thing about the pickaxe. You can adjust the pickaxe harvest speed, which of course will then require more energy per mining function. So we could bump this guy all the way up to 25. Wow, that sounds like a good time. Let's give it a shot, huh? I mean, we could just drop it down low and see what it does. All right, we'll drop it down low and see what it does. I'm just going to mine right here. Well, that's pretty quick as it is, and that's at the lowest mining speed? Oh, yes, please. I like it. So let's bump it up. What do you say? We can bring it up wherever we want, really. I'm going to bring it up all the way. Oh, man, I'm a little nervous about what this is going to do. That is pretty quick. Wow, that's really quick. That's definitely, I think, faster than a, whatchamacallit, isn't it? Than a mining drill? Let's charge this guy up all the way. 500K, ready to go. And let's see how much it's actually using. I'm going to go, you know, head down to my mining area. Why not? Looks like creepers have been sneaking into this area. Let's go. So you can see it's clearly using 1K energy. But wow, look how quick it's mining. That's neat. So the more energy you have stored up, the more cool things you can do. And we haven't even gotten to the armor yet. The armor is some of the really cool stuff. So let's maybe, you know, let's go for broke here. I want an elite battery. Let's go all the way. Elite battery, please. HV capacitor. Gonna need another ender pearl and a little bit of, oh, there we go, HV capacitor. Good. I had what I needed. So I'm gonna try and salvage the MV. Salvage. Did I get it back? I guess not. So I guess it's random if you get the salvage back. I guess. Elite battery install. Nice. I can bump this guy up to 5 million joules. That sounds like a lot of joules. Alright. That sounds really good to me. So, I mean, I can leave this thing on full blast if I want now. I can store lots of energy in here. Cool. decent amount of juice. All right, so now that we've got awesome stuff ready to go, anything else I want in here? I do want to try this blink drive. Ion thruster, huh? And 2 force field emitters? I'm going to go make one of them. All right, you guys know I got to try the blink drive, right? Blink drive energy consumption, 1 kJ. Okay, let's give it a shot, huh? So now that I've got this thing, remember I said shift and scroll wheel. So see down the bottom left there? It's changing its module. Cool. So how's this thing work, huh? Let's give it a shot. Oh, that's cool. And is that Ender Pearl not affected by gravity? Oh yeah, it definitely seems not to be. That's really cool. What kind of range does this thing have? This thing has a decent range. Look at that. I like this module. That is really awesome. Sign me up for this thing. I am totally loving this. Wow. I mean, it uses a lot of energy, and I mean a lot, but I will not complain. That's pretty cool. Nice. Alright guys, just a couple more upgrades I'm applying to this thing before I'm ready to wrap up with it. I wanted to get the diamond drill upgrade. Boom. Hey, how's the aqua affinity? Just requires a servo motto? Okay, what's that? Servo motto thingy. Yeah, let's do one of them. That sounds cool. Let's just make sure that we have the right number of stuff in here. I don't want to accidentally make more than one. I definitely want aqua affinity. It's nice to have. Installed. Nice. Underwater harvest speed. 100%. Cool. Requires a little bit more energy when you're underwater, but I'm not underwater all that much, but when I am, I'm not going to have to worry about it. So I have a nicely charged battery. I've got aqua affinity. I've got blink drive, which is awesome. I've got pickaxe. I also gave it shovel, and you can see I adjusted the mining speed of both of those. I don't think I need a multimeter, and I don't need an in-place assembler. I don't think I need melee assist. I've got a plasma cannon. I'm in good shape here. I think I've got a really nice tool. Look at this thing. Oh, what's up, Enderman? Nice! I don't think I'm actually hurting him. Ah, I'm being attacked. Yeah, that's right, Enderman. Take it. Enderman retreated. That's right. They know what's up. How about this creeper? Can I take him down? How many shots to kill a creeper? Oh, 2. Not bad. 1 shot in spiders. That's cool. Just make sure, like I said, fully charged is the key. If you're not fully charged, you're not going to do that well. Of course, for short range, you're going to want to go to a sword or the melee upgrade. That is awesome. That power tool is really nice. A little expensive in the end with all the different stuff you need to add to it, but I mean, really, that's awesome. Wow, look how big that thing gets when it's just, wow, awesome. How about that spider from a distance? Sniper in that skeleton. Oh yeah, did I one-shot that thing? Awesome. If you shoot them from far enough away, they don't even notice. Haha, so cool. Looks like I should craft a power armor torso. Oh, that sounds like fun. I want to definitely throw an HP capacitor in there, so let's make sure that we have the stuff for it. We do. Good. Okay. You can come up now. I've got the power armor torso ready to go, and I'm going to make sure an elite battery is installed and ready to go. Cool. Now, armor is really cool. First off, it's got a special ability. It's got active camouflage. So the body, all the different armors have different nifty special abilities. For this one, it's active camouflage. Emit a hologram of your surroundings to make yourself almost imperceptible. Nice. I'm going to try that at some point. You can also add different types of armor that allow different amounts of energy shielding. So basic plating is heavy but protective, and it requires some basic plating, which is probably cheap. Diamond plating is lighter and harder and more protective, but much harder to make. Of course, it's going to be more expensive, right? And then you've got energy shields. You can go ahead and shield yourself with energy rather than the armor plating, but those consume energy when you get hit. Not bad. For movement, we can get this nifty thing, the glider. Lets you, when you're flying downwards, if you're falling out of the sky, you can fall a little bit softer. And the same with the parachute. This one lets you sneak forward and kind of glide, where the parachute just lets you slowly move downwards. But the jetpack is what I'm looking for. Jetpack should allow you to jump indefinitely, or at least until you run out of power. So for that, we're going to need 4 ion thrusters. Well, I already made a couple of them. You can also make a couple different colors. You can color your module armor. You can get transparent armor, which just basically makes the armor completely invisible, so you can show off your skin. And then Citizen Joe style. I have not tried that out. Care of Citizen Joe of the IC2 forums. Neat. I want to get a jetpack. 4 ion thrusters. So now that I've got the ion thruster installed, all I got to do is just the thrust. So, jet thrust versus energy cost, same kind of deal. Let's keep it at the lowest. Let's keep it at a pretty low level here. Let's see what that does. So if we equip our power armor, cool. So how do I make this thing let me fly? You know what? I might need to charge it. How's the? Well, it's got a little juice in there, but could probably use a little bit more. Let's charge it up real fast. Filling her up. Not bad. We're definitely have to build something pretty soon to allow me to charge all my different types of armors. I think that's key right here. Okay, so I can't fly with it just yet. I'm sure I have to turn it on. So let me show you guys how to turn on and off your modules. Press the K key on your keyboard by default, and you can keybind whatever keys you want to your different modes. So I'm going to create a new keybind called F. F is taken. Oh no. How about G? That's also taken. H will work. Okay, and then all I gotta do is drag whatever module I want to be activated on top of H, and now they're linked. You can see there that H has this little line connecting to H, and we've got this nifty little thing here. So by pressing H, I can turn on and off my jetpack. Nice. I like it. So how do I get this thing to actually let me fly? That's the trick. I'm wondering if I just don't have enough power, so let's adjust it. Where's the jetpack here? So I might need to at least bump it up to that much. Oh, that seemed better. Okay, bump it up a little bit more on the thrust. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Look at that. I am definitely getting more thrust out of this thing. All right, let's bump it up all the way. Because I do have some heavy armor on. Like, I've got a pretty heavy power tool here. I've got the heavy armor on. Like, both of them have a lot of stuff on it. So let's bump it up. Oh, now we're talking. Look at that thrust. Wow. So I needed a lot of thrust to overcome the weight of my armor. And you can see I'm having a little trouble maintaining the height. But don't worry, there's other modules for other parts of the PowerSuits mod that will allow me to handle this a lot better. Wow, that is some pretty good flight right there. I like it. And of course, if I ever want to turn the flight off, simply press what I've decided the H key is, and no longer is the jetpack active. H again turns it back on. And those key bindings are all configurable. And you can turn on multiple parts of your suit, turn them on and off, as you wish, which is awesome. Let's see, how is this thing? If I were to, for example, bring down the battery size just a little bit on both of these, would that allow me to fly faster? This is the pros and cons of the PowerSuits. Oh yeah, see, that seems like it's a little bit easier flight control. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to keep them maxed out though, because I'm not noticing too much of a difference. All right. So that is some of the cool things you can get with Modular Power Suits. So I'm going to play around with these a little bit, and we'll see which ones I like. Now there's the body armor, and I've already got that, but there's also leggings and boots and helmet that have all kinds of other nifty upgrades as well. We might check out some of those later on in the series. I might even make a couple off camera and come back to show you the cool stuff that I've made. Maybe I'll do that between this episode and next. Just try out a couple of them. Either that, or I'll work on them early on next episode. But I think with all this nifty armor, I'm tired of having to run downstairs into my basement here to recharge items. I'm going to have to come up with an interesting and cool way to charge items remotely. You've seen on my multiplayer series, possibly, that I've got an ender pouch that can charge items for me, and they will automatically charge whatever I place in there. I feel like that might not be a bad idea. I want to give that a shot. So let's consider trying that. Oh, this is fun. I'm having a lot of fun flying around right here. Haha, Cool. Very awesome. All right, guys. So for now, though, unfortunately, gotta wrap up episode 65. So hope you enjoyed checking it out. Definitely completed a lot of work. Got the nuclear reactor running again. I would like to maybe see that, throughout the course of this episode. Let's see. First off, let me charge this stuff back up. Throughout the course of the episode, I've been having my UU matter production running because I did refill the nuclear reactor. So let's go try that thing out and see how it looks. Okay. I'm going to turn off my jetpack for a bit so I can just run around under quantum power. Away! Nuclear reactor, how you doing? Oh, see, look, we're building up a little bit of heat while they were swapping out some Lapis modules, but we're good. Drained a good amount of uranium out of the cells. And if we were to check out downstairs how our UU matter chest is doing. Oh yeah, look at that. Awesome. Producing a ton of the stuff. Nice. How's our mass fab doing? Amplifier is constantly being inserted in there, so we've got a plenty good amount. Yeah. All right, guys. So again, hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Take it easy.